Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our favorite channel, your favorite channel, Yoleno TV. And first and foremost, today I'd like to thank you so much for all those who've subscribed to our channel. We managed to hit 10,000 subscribers yesterday. I'm so grateful, so humbled, and I please urge you to continue sharing our channel so that the channel can grow. And I promise to keep giving you all this information. And I don't know whether you've noticed, if you look at the proceedings in the court now, you realize that most of the things that I was posting in this channel are almost true, because the courts and the submissions from Orengo, the submissions from Philip Mugor, the submissions from Julia Soweto, the things that they say are almost the same things that we've been saying in this channel. So that means our sources were legit. So ladies and gentlemen, let me go straight to the analysis of this session. Something bizarre attracted my attention during the court proceedings today at around 1 p.m., 1 p.m. there. Julia Soweto is one of those lawyers representing Raila Amolo Odinga, and her submissions was regarding the Form 34As which kept being changed. So during her submission, Julia Soweto decided to make a specific reference to an affidavit that was filed by none other than Irene Masit. And Irene Masit is one of those commissioners who decided to dissent. That forms the majority wing of the dissenting commissioners. So there was an affidavit that Masit had filed, but initially it had been filed through Issa Mansour and Company advocate. But this time round, there was a twist of events. If I may take you back a bit to yesterday's pre-trial session, then GITHU MUIGAI rose up yesterday to contest the inclusion or the application of Issa Mansour in this court process. And that had to be discussed by the judges themselves, and then judges gave a ruling that Issa Mansour application would be declined. But however, because it was going to be like a joint inclusion, so I think GITHU MUIGAI found it strange that it was like going to be like, the two factions fighting. It's like GITHU MUIGAI and Issa fighting, because both of them will be representing the IEBC. But however, Justice Mwilu, the Deputy CJ, said that the four commissioners are allowed to use the services of whichever lawyer they want, and they can as well handle their disputes internally. That is not the decision of the court to decide for them on whether they should hire lawyers or not. So that was a blow to the four dissenting commissioners, and that made Kenya Kwanza and UDA start to celebrate that the affidavits that were filed were not going to be used. So there's already a celebratory mood because of that remark that was made by Justice Deputy CJ Mwilu. But then, since all these things are matters to do with law, someone must have advised the four commissioners that they can still slot in their affidavits through another channel. So it is for that reason that we are here. But before we conclude on what we want to discuss about, please take a moment and subscribe if you've not subscribed to our channel. So,
Irene Masit. We have also sought to corroborate this evidence with the evidence provided by Irene Masit, who is a commissioner, who testifies at paragraph 26 of her affidavit that the reason why the votes or the election was cancelled in those areas was because the commission procured the wrong ballot papers. This is a mistake that Irene Masit, a commissioner...
May I, with your very kind permission, Chief Justice, draw the attention of the court that there may be on record more than one affidavit by Ms. Masit, to the extent that the affidavit that my learned colleague refers to is an affidavit filed by the petitioner we have no objection. However, to the extent that that is an affidavit filed in the documents by Issa Mansour, whose documents our understanding of yesterday's ruling were struck out by the court alongside his notice of appearance, then there ought not to be a reference to that affidavit.
Yes, I think counsel clarified the affidavit she is referring to.
I will clarify to that.
When Julia Soweto rose to make her submissions, she started, like I narrated, by talking about the Form 34As, which had conflicting figures from the ones which were given to the agents, and that there are polling stations where William Samoei Ruto enjoyed vote inflation, while Raila Amolo Odinga suffered vote suppression. Some votes were removed from Raila and given to William Samoei Ruto. And then at the end of the day, the total number of votes cast was still the same, because it was just a mere migration of numbers from this party to this party, but the total remained the same. So when Julia rose, she made specific reference to Irene Masit's affidavit that was filed by a different advocate, and that was MS Ouma J and Associates advocates. So GITHU MUIGAI did not know that there was that change of advocate. So when GITHU MUIGAI rose, he rose to contest that inclusion of an affidavit that was technically thrown out the moment Issa Mansour's inclusion was declined to the court process. So after back and forth, by GITHU MUIGAI, the IEBC commissioner, lawyer, CJ Koome had to remind GITHU MUIGAI that, look, we are a competent court, and we can make our own decisions. So you don't have to decide for us. That was a big blow to GITHU MUIGAI. And I think from that engagement, I think that's the reason why news has gotten to our attention that Kenya Kwanza and UDN specific reference are making or holding a secret meeting, and this meeting is because of this sudden turn of events. And if the affidavits that are going to be that were from the 4 dissenting commissioners are now used, then their plan is beginning to fail, because that means these affidavits will have to be relied upon during the court process. Ladies and gentlemen, so what was more shocking again was that Julia Soweto rose up again, after GITHU MUIGAI decided to sit down. He rose up and attempted to correct GITHU MUIGAI. But, what GITHU MUIGAI forgot is that in the statement by Justice Mwilu, and I want to read that statement for you so that you can know the exact words that the Deputy CJ said. This is what she said. The court cannot deal with any issue or any dispute as to the legal representation of IEBC as an institution on this petition. It's not the court's business to determine who represents the IEBC in whatever formation. Mwilu further said that the matter is an internal issue that must be resolved by the IEBC, its commissioners, and the internal organs. So that gave the 4 dissenting commissioners ability to source for the services of another law firm. And that's the reason why they went for MS Ouma J and Associates advocates. But GITHU MUIGAI was not aware. I think he was privy to this information. He was not aware that this is what the move that they are taking. So Julia Soweto had to remind to tell the senior counsel, on his face that you were lost. I mean, that was pretty embarrassing to the former Attorney General. You can't be told that you were lost. That means you didn't have your facts right before you rose up to make your own, contest the idea of including that affidavit. So, like I was saying, the move caught GITHU MUIGAI flat-footed. And at one point, the senior counsel had to be reminded by the CJ that we are a very competent court. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to discuss much about this case, but what I'd like to remind you is that be taking our information very seriously, because we give you information that have been researched and are authentic. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. But until we meet again, I'd like to say stay safe and stay blessed, ladies and gentlemen.